my man's Worthy right here. I ain't gonna lie, it's the most I ever felt coveted. You know what I'm saying, on one of these episodes.
Yeah.
We got NASA in the house representing TEW World Order, representing Baltimore, Pittsburgh, wherever he lays his hat at. So this is a special interview. I'm ready. You know, you ready. You stay ready. Don't gotta get ready. You got Vessels out right now.
Vessel is out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get that. Whatever streaming platform you use. Get it from Bandcamp. Get it from me. NASA.bandcamp.com. You feel me? And it got 2 extra songs on there too that you can't get on like iTunes or Spotify. Nothing like that.
How much it cost on Bandcamp?
15.
You get all that?
Yeah, and I split it with my people.
Who your people?
Producers on it.
Did you produce any of it on it?
Produced the majority of it, except for like 4 of them.
That's the Florida's, man, one of my favorite artists in the city. I introduce you well. People say I don't be introducing people well enough, yo.
I'll just give like a little, you know what I'm saying, like a little bio type.
We got NASA right here.
Yeah.
Artist in Baltimore. Definitely on the conscious rapper tip. Definitely on the soulful tip. Stand on what I'm saying. I'm not trying to cap on nothing I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be nothing but myself type of music. That's the type of vibe you get off.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the first episode. I got my questions ready. I'm so excited to get someone that I don't even want to do too much freestyling type shit. So NASA, right?
Yep.
I looked it up on Google and shit. Mm-hmm. And so they say NASA stands for the National Aeronautic
and
Space Administration. So what does your name mean, NASA?
I'm not affiliated with those people.
You're not affiliated with them at all?
No, not at all. It's ironic because I do have love for the stars and I've always been attracted to it. My name came from college. We were just talking about I went to college in Pittsburgh. I moved from Baltimore in 2011. Born and raised here, Northeast, you know. When I moved to Pittsburgh, I ain't know nobody. First person I met was my man's Outlaw who had the pack for me. And just so happened, Outlaw was also from Baltimore. I just had shit rolled up, smoked by myself, till somebody who became like a big sister to me, shout out Zakia from Chicago, you feel me? She was like, yo, I always see you, bro. You like, you never sober. You feel me? Like, I fuck with you. You feel me? Like, the Chicago accent. She was like, you never sober. And then we started doing that. Like, we was just, it's art school, so it was into tagging and shit. Like, that's what we was doing. That's where NASA came from. It was my tag, never sober, NEVASOBA. Then I just abbreviated the NVS. Changed the last A to a V.
Run it back one more time.
Never sober. NEVASOBA. If you in Pittsburgh, you can probably find that somewhere. You can probably find that, or you can find Nasty. That was my other tag. NVSTII. That was me. Eventually, the name just caught on around campus. That's what everybody called me, NASA. And that was like 2012.
How'd you get the V's?
So I inverted the A's. I don't know if y'all familiar during that time. Like, that was like the Raider Clan era. You feel me? So like, I was fucking with a lot of Space Ghost Perk, a lot of Ethel, Denzel Curry, those cats. But they had like a whole like alphabet that they would use, you feel me? Called Raider Clan Hieroglyphics. And that's where that came from, for real.
How old was you when you started like smoking and getting high and shit?
Probably like 15. That East Baltimore Reggie.
For real? You wasn't smoking the sour and the down to the sour?
Bro, this is before the sour, bro. I'm 30 years old, you feel me? Like, a lot of these kids came up just smoking exotic. I was there to usher in. Shout out to my mans that gave me the first exotic pack too. Like, I remember that shit. But yeah, I was like 15.
He was like, hey, this ain't a lot, but it's gonna cost you more than
exactly.
This gonna cost you $10, but this gonna cost you 20,
exactly.
But you gonna feel a lot better.
It's gonna smell better, like all that. I'm like, oh yeah, give me that. Shout out Youth Works. You know what I'm saying? Funding my drug habit.
I used to work for Youth Works. I used to work for on the other side though, like the counselor type to CJC and shit.
Word. Yeah, Youth Works had niggas doing random jobs.
Yeah.
I remember the last Youth Work job I had, niggas was clearing out all of the city schools that shut down. Like throwing out desks and books and shit. It was like very surreal because I'm like 16, 17, emptying out this high school, middle school.
What happened?
Yeah, they stole all that shit. Yep. Yep. Sheila Dixon, you feel me? And just Baltimore government, Baltimore politics, and how it affected a lot of the youth. You feel me? We were just talking about the school shutting down. The Baltimore government ran off of, what do you say, 72 million? Nobody went to jail, you feel me? And it be like that. They ain't even got books to read. When I moved back, what was that, 2021? My mom was watching the news and they was talking about how like they was just pushing kids through to the next grade. So it was like a lot of seniors who had like 6th grade reading levels and shit. They was wondering why like the grades, the test scores and shit was low.
George Bush.
Bro, it's all systematic, you feel me? I don't even want to get too deep into that because we'll be here all fucking all fucking night.
So I love the album. I told you that.
Thank you.
I like that shit a lot. One of my favorite parts is all the skits and how it transitions into the next record, or how some of the skits are in between the records, like the joint with you and Chris, the Death and Taxes and shit. Yo, who is that talking on the interlude?
On the Death and Taxes?
Yeah.
That's MC Shan. When we was making the song, I was looking for something to transition it. I didn't want to put a hook in it. I just went back to my inspiration, which is hip hop always. So I started watching the Beef DVDs, and they was on a chapter of MC Shan versus KRS-One. And he went crazy on this nigga. But it's so crazy because KRS-One name is Chris. So he was rapping, and at the end of the end of the interview, he was like, man, I got new Chris lines. You feel me? And then that's when Chris come in and shit. So like it was dope.
I got doorbells with real bitches
singing the notes.
I got doorbells with real bitches singing the notes. Some shit I would have said.
He said, he went crazy. He said, niggas talking about cars. He said, I been had that. He said, I'm talking planes and boats. I got doorbells with real bitches singing the notes. He went crazy.
Do you search for inspiration like that a lot?
All the time, bro. When we in the studio, I'll be watching some crazy shit.
What's the process that leads you to that search?
Bro, like I just be pulling. Like it doesn't even be a thought process like that. It just be like, I want to watch this movie. That can may inspire me like to make some visual art or like make a beat. It just depends on how I'm feeling today. I use those mediums to like inspire me in whichever way. But it's not like I'm putting them on to get inspired. If that makes sense, you know.
Right. You just always searching for inspiration.
I was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning watching Ray Cool Ceramics. They take the clay and they mold it, and then they like put like horsehair, like have it burn over the clay, and then they cover it in like this wax type thing, and then they burn it more, and like the designs are crazy. But I was up for like 4 hours watching that, and that inspired me. You feel me? Like I feel like even though that's recent, that was last night, but I think I was looking at it because they were making vessels, you know, and like that's what the vessel is about, being able to carry a message or carry an idea and present that.
Yeah, you can be a vessel of God.
Exactly.
After you dropped the tape, or while you were working on the tape, did you start seeing Vessel or hearing Vessel more?
Once I was packaging it, it was when that submarine went missing, and they kept referencing the submarine as the vessel. And like it was just so crazy to me. Yeah, bro, it was wild.
But back to the skits, I feel like that was you popping your shit, like your alter ego. Like I see what y'all niggas is on. I don't gotta participate in all that. I'm competing. But I'm not in the same dance as y'all. I feel like that's what I got from the skits, especially when it was that voice on it.
MC Shan is just on that one part. In the beginning, we got my OG Ak. I met Ak in the park, like just chilling there. I just go to the park and chill, and he was one of the OGs that like pulled up on me, and we just started like conversing like a lot of things to the point where I was like, I need you like a part of my art, because a lot of his story, a lot of his history, a lot of his feelings are lost. Like that's a lost generation. It's they, it's them, it's we, it's us. It's us this. He'll just talk to me while I'm smoking weed and like just tell me these stories about white people and black people and our history and the history that they tell us is ours, you know, and like I wanted to incorporate that in the vessel. But back to your question, that being my alter ego, me popping my shit, I would say, yeah, you feel me? Like I'm not too much of like a verbal person. You feel me? Like I let the art speak for itself a lot, and that can be a detriment. It's genuine to me. You feel me? That's why I got Chris popping that shit for the both of us. But that's why I did it on that song. When we together, we can both talk like that.
Right.
Because he talks like that a lot. And I want people to know that, like, when he talk like that, he ain't talking to me, he talking to y'all.
And we here, man. It's the floaters, man. NASA, man. I got my man Worthy behind the camera. Got Mims behind me. Chris Cass is behind me. How did you go about structuring the tape? You might not even know when it ends. You might not even know when the track one comes back.
And I definitely structured it a lot different from my other projects, because in the past I would just like record songs and paste things together based off like feeling. With this one, like I really had like a story that I wanted to communicate.
What was that?
Like, what was the story? The story was the message being translated from the vessel. You know, like the message that was installed in me.
Right, the message that was given to you to give to others.
To give to people. Understand what your journey is. Understand that you're a vessel for something as well. How to tap into that. Wagyu, which is expensive beef. Death and Taxes, The Problems, Tin Man, The Wiz. This is before it got to Netflix. Nipsey Russell's performance as the Tin Man and like his plight and what he was going through. I related to it. Someone who thinks that you don't have a heart, but you care so deeply about everything. You feel me? And like he's emotional. He's 10. He doesn't feel any of that shit. So I think that song is definitely, I think, the underlying theme of the entire project of you having all this love for the world and the world not loving you back. Shout out to John Wells. He featured on that.
So was that easier once you had the story? Just everything fell in place?
Yeah, but the story was already there, you feel me? Because it's my life. And so I just wanted to give people different glimpses of it, from the braggadocious to the not so great. The art of album making is lost in that aspect because everybody just want to hear bangers, you feel me? People don't listen to albums. It's definitely like a single driven economy, but that doesn't do anything for my soul.
Right.
And the people that listen to my music, I know that's not what they're looking for. So that's why I don't drop singles either. I don't want to tease them like that. But also it's like it'll just be part of a story that can change. I don't want to put anything in stone. I'm still living it. A lot of the lyrics, a lot of the words, a lot of the thoughts are coming from real experiences. Those experiences are often captured once I learned or evaluated from them, Sometimes they're captured when like I'm still going through it, but most of the time it's things that I sat and dealt with and unfolded for me to really dive deep into it in a song.
So a question that I skipped over: what's a book that you read that changed your life?
The Invisible Man by Ralph Emerson.
What's that about?
This black man who lived down in Tuskegee. His father was a part of the Tuskegee experiments. Y'all not hip? They gave a whole bunch of black people syphilis testing on them. And so he was a product of that. He was also very intelligent. So these white people came down south. It was like, yo, you smart. We want to take you to school up in Harlem. And this is during the Harlem Renaissance. He runs into people like Zora Neale Hurston and like Langston Hughes, like learns about what it means to be black. He's fighting in like this Mandingo fights to like pay for his tuition from the white people that brought him up there. So it's like this underground fight club. He got fucked up and they had to do surgery on him. The entire time he's going through the process of like these surgery and these fights, he's losing the understanding of who he is. And he's seeing that he's not black and he's not white. He's invisible.
So I asked you if there was a book that you read that changed your life because the joint you just dropped the video for, right? You said, I can't live it through a riot.
Yeah. I prefer to live. I can't listen to a liar.
Yeah.
I prefer to live. I can't listen to a writer. Yeah. I got to live my own experiences. I can't live through what the radio is telling me or what my favorite celebrity is telling me or what my parents is telling me or the church is telling me. You know, like I got to go through it myself.
And how did you come to that?
I don't know, man. I think I credit a lot of that to like just being independent at 18,
right.
Leaving the city, being on my own. That's why the song's called Old Habits. You feel me? Like understanding what you used to do and what you can't do no more.
So now tell us something about NASA that we don't know that you don't think he might tell us in this interview.
Boom. Because he might not. Y'all might not even get to this, so he really might not tell you this. But NASA is a sexy red advocate. He is a ski nigga. That's a fact. That is a fact.
You got proof of this?
Shit, cut the song. Cut the song. He gonna fuck around and uncontrollably ski in the background. Tell you.
So you saying you don't like ski like it though?
No. I fuck with sexy red.
You saying he just like it? He likes it extremely?
Yeah, he's inserted himself in the demographic. NASA might have like sexy red tickets on the low that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? He might pop up at the show. As calmly and well put together as NASA is, he fucks with unhingedness. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like to a very strong degree. He fucks with things that are very unhinged for real. So that's a fun fact. I don't think he would have told y'all that.
And tell us who you are.
I'm just a guy that does a thing, that's in this group that do a thing, and we be doing it. Yeah.
All right, my nigga.
Already.
Chris Cassius, 2 World Order. So, NASA, can you tell us one thing about 3 2 World Order members?
That's a lot of numbers. No, I feel you. He said one thing about 3 2 World Order members.
Can you tell us one thing? Yeah. Can you tell us one thing about 3 of the 2 World Order members that we don't know or should know?
Shout out Yoko McThuggin. She's the craziest, most like fun-loving. Her bars are ridiculous.
Yeah, shout out Yoko for sure.
Secondly, Jay Wan, a.k.a. Juan Osley. He's the sex symbol. His album dropped in November. Y'all ain't hear that from me, though. Who's the 3rd member I want to pick? Fuck with all my 2 family. Man, let me shout out Tamira Slade. You feel me? Shout out Slade. She the youngest in charge. Shout out to the Chamber. They've been out here.
So when you get successful, right? Mm-hmm. When you get successful and you start a family, will you stay in Baltimore?
We're moving off grid. My shorty said she want to be near the water. I'm trying to tell her that the ocean and the beach is not smart. I'm in like my strategic relocation type shit. Any like nuclear fallout or anything. So we're going to move like Midwest in the mountains or something like that. Next to a lake, off the grid. I'm going to build my crib out of shipping containers. I've been studying that on YouTube.
Tell me about that.
So I went to school for product design actually. So my degree's in like 3D printing and model making and shit. It's always been in the architecture. My focus was furniture design. I got into like 3D printing and shit, but yeah, I want a shipping container and I want to make it into a crib. I need like 6 of them. 11-foot shipping container goes for 7 bands. You get 7 of those. Get some nice some plans and shit. I know a couple engineers who will help me out. You feel me? You gonna get it rocking though. So yeah, I'm not gonna stay in Baltimore.
Will you grow your own food?
Yes.
How would you do that?
How would I grow the food or like?
Yeah, like how would you go about it?
Man, I know about irrigation systems and all that. I don't know if I can tell you. No, I'm gonna tell y'all because I already started it.
Yeah, tell the people.
Yeah, I was a part of some things, and then we went to California and I seen a farm and I learned about a group of people called the Trimmigrants, about people who are homeless or foreigners, you know what I'm saying, just looking for somewhere to live and sleep, and they would trim your weed plants for you. But a lot of those people went missing, went lost. I was with a group of people who was like doing some research. They was trying to do like a little movie or something, but we was also on tour. I was assigned to an independent label, 2017 and 2018.
So tell us about like your family life, like with your parents and like the values they instilled in you and stuff like that.
I was raised by my mom, but also got 3 sisters, so I got 4 moms, you know what I'm saying? So that was different. Raised Christian, but always had questions, like going to church and shit like that. When I was like 12, my mom had one of like the youth ministers come to the crib. They told me to stop asking questions because I wanted to be a paleontologist. That was my first career choice as a child. And I wanted to find dinosaur bones, but my mom told me that a lot of those people were atheists. I was like, that's crazy because the dinosaurs are in the Bible. And so I started studying like gap theory, Noah, and the occurrences in Genesis and the luge and how the flood is everywhere. But basically, dinosaurs are real. And I had to explain this to some old church people who didn't understand it. And so that kind of made me turn away from like structured religion. But no, that was my family. That's what my mom's still into, you know what I'm saying? My sisters, they're way older than me. And so I was, like I said, I got multiple moms because of that, and they basically raised me, all of them together. It was dope. I got a brother. My brother been in prison for like 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Free Tony. Oh, shout out my aunt, my nephew. Rest in peace to my grandmother, Margaret. Rest in peace to my grandfather, Calvin. That's the family right there.
How does it feel like having someone that you love so much incarcerated, being on the outside?
Yeah, and it's crazy because the majority of our relationship, he's been on the inside, you know. So like, I don't know him too much outside of behind the wall or behind the glass talking over a 2-way telephone type shit, you know. And so it's all love for him, you feel me? Like, he's definitely been that figure for me that I need to let me know what path not to take, you know, and like understand I'm no different from anybody else out here. It's in my family, it's in a lot of our families, you know, growing up in Baltimore, in the city or in urban areas, you know, like things can go anyway at any moment, feel me? So having somebody the other route and sat and reflected and can tell me about his reflections, you feel me? It helps me a lot as a man and as an artist.
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
22 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and he's the oldest sibling.
You the youngest?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So do you consider yourself like a backpack rapper? Or like like a Most Def, Black Thought, Twab Kweli, like?
Aren't they like the backpack rappers though?
Yeah, but I would say they more so like on like backpack rappers are free thinkers.
Okay.
But I think it's like a thin line between like backpack and like Most Def and them. Like Most Def and them, they damn near like just as gangster as the gangster rappers though. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know. I ain't listened to too much of that. Like, I grew up like I listened to like Wayne, Ludacris, Bow Wow, feel me? And probably like I would say the top artist that influenced like who I am today would probably be like Lupe Fiasco, based off of like the environment that he was in, but also the art that he was creating. Like how it was just a reflection of what he's seen. Sometimes he'll tell you a story of something that he was a part of, but a lot of the other times it was what he's seen. I think I related to that a lot because I was outside, but I wasn't like going crazy outside. I seen that shit. And so like I think I was put there to be the historian, like the person to write the scribes of what happened these days. And I felt that about Lupe growing up. So I think, but to answer your question about, because even Lupe was that way, you feel me? Like, he was one of those dudes that people wouldn't think that he was out there like that, but kind of was out there like that. But I think that just has to do with the environments that we're placed in. I think a lot of music is just reflection, and people make what they see in themselves or what they want to see in themselves versus creating the change that they want for themselves, Backpack? I don't think so. Yo, it's NASA. And we here with the floaters.
And so is there anything that I didn't ask you that you wanted, like you were saying tangent, like shit, take us out of here. Like
you want the tangents?
Yeah, let's get a tangent.
Wrap up?
Yeah.
All right, listen, bro. The aliens have been here. We are actually the 8th iteration of advanced civilizations on this planet. It has been recorded that each of these civilizations were wiped out, and that has been started over. We are past that threshold where everything was supposed to be wiped out. My theory is that the government knows this, of course, but they're stopping it from happening. But that's also like affecting us emotionally because we are stars, bro. We are energy. We from the universe. A lot of our being is based on theurgy, and theurgy is the transference of energy from the stars that you're mirroring to your person on Earth, a fixed point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all channeling that energy. And, I think that's what's wrong with the world today, bro. It's a lot of, we try and control the forces of nature. This shit should have been done a whole long time ago, you feel me? But I'm thankful we here, and yeah.
Damn. So you basically saying the reason that we be going through what we going through is because we're not really even supposed to be here right now?
Yeah, but also like naturally they're fucking with our like our bodies, bro. Through the food, through like weather patterns. You feel me? Like all of that. I think all of that is orchestrated with the greater scheme, which, like I said, which is something that I've been researching recently about how the ending of the civilization should have happened a couple 100 years ago, and that the government knows about the polar shifts and about the equator changing. Yo, like Baltimore and Maryland is becoming subtropical. I know y'all just seen it was a hurricane in California. That shit does not happen. When I say Maryland is becoming subtropical, meaning that Maryland is going to have the same weather that Florida had, you feel me, in the next 20 years. So watch about all this development around the harbor. There's about to be some expensive property around here. You feel me? So, but like I said, bro, it all ties in together. You just got, I don't know. I won't say pay attention because ignorance is bliss. I wish I knew less for real.
Yo, and that's it, man. We got NASA, NVSV.
Yeah.
We got Shooting Arrow. My man's Worthy, Jordan Marino. We had Chris Cassis behind us. We had Men's behind us. And, you know, we out, man. This was one of the best interviews that we had so far.
Yeah.
It's been a great summer. I appreciate you, NASA, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
It's been a pleasure knowing you since I met you, since I was introduced to you. You had the Raiders jersey on, doing your thing on stage with the bucket.
Exactly.
Bucket low, like, fuck it, though.
Exactly. Shout out Charles Woodson.
Hey, yo, can I ask a favor?
What's up?
Can you do a live performance?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bet. Hey, I'm about to play the drum right now.
Yeah.
Yo. I never lost sleep over the opinions of sheep. The rap's got a weak. She like my tone and how I travel the beat. Watch your tone, you know I keep it discreet. Keep it for peace. The bond is truly real. Big gas, soul stone like them days out at Druid Hill. Innocent just in the field. Niggas simping in they feels, but I'm tied to these fans like I'm Emmett Till. Thought the people said they wanted real shit. Niggas fear what they don't know. Niggas don't know what they fear. Niggas know they don't want smoke. Put smoke all in the air. Yeah, 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 yeah. Niggas fear what they don't know. Niggas don't know what they fear. Niggas know they don't want smoke. Put smoke all in the air. Yeah, yeah. Yo. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Unshipped, niggas quick to ask for raise. Half zip just to get me through the days. Backflip through these hoops a nigga made. I'm delivered, I've been saved. I've been triggered, but I figured let it go. I've been waiting, but my patience bout to blow. Hibernating to explode. Niggas fear what they don't know. Yeah, these niggas fear what they don't. Hey yo, it's NASA, I'm here with the floaters, man. Make some fucking noise.